Gym Pandas, and they were educating me from Andrew Thomas Young's paper. They're saying, yeah, those light rays, they're curving to your eyeball, right?
Yeah, but
buddy. They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Oh, they are?
Line of sight is never bent.
You haven't got a straight line of sight on a globe. It's all bent.
Those light rays, they're curving to your eyeball.
Yeah, buddy.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Line of sight is never bent.
They're curving to your eyeball.
Yeah, buddy.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Line of sight is never bent.
Cornwall cars. We have
Numpty dipshit.
all cars, please assist. All cars, please assist.
So why don't you walk me through this?
What you want me do this? Huh? What you get me do this? Prove a flat earth, huh? What you get me do this? Huh?
Done.
What you get me do this? Proving a flat earth, huh? Huh? What you get me do this? Proving a flat earth? Huh?
That is how you sound, Virus. That is
What you get me do this? Proving a flat earth?
Man, walk me through this.
Damn, bro!
Someone-
You got me proving a flat earth, bro! What you get me do this, bro?
Dude.
And welcome to the show. The requests are going to be a little bit different for this show. So we have a ball buster down. So we have to rally around it and around him. And it's for chocolate. All right. This isn't a flippant appeal. This is more of the serious variety. It's not a GoFundMe for a bow or anything like that. This is some serious stuff. So let's do it for chocolate. He's always been there. He's a good man with a good heart. And we're going to rally around him. We're going to make that happen. Another announcement. The beautiful Betty Van Velsen had a pressing appointment. There was no way she could get out of it. She tried every which way, but it just not going to happen today. So she is not with us today. Shout out to Betty. I know you did your best. We're thinking about you. We have another principal in Discord, so I wouldn't buy my onesie, and that be at the Adam Meakin, sir.
Evening. Yeah, just here. It's off the plane, and literally, I've been in about an hour, so good timing, important cause. You know what I mean? So worth the effort.
Yes, sir. So I put in, I pinned the support for chocolate. Let me toss this down 1 second. And shout them out right here. It's supporting chocolate, saying this is a give, send, go. So shine brightly. Like I said, we got a man down. Let's pick him up. I have posted that link. I have pinned it in my chat, and I will be posting it throughout this stream.
I'll point out now just to the chat, YouTube, if the deep insults come in the form of a super chat, I will respond, and all funds will go to Mr. Chocolate saying so. And I'm sure John will facilitate anything we receive tonight to transfer it to Chocs Fund. But yeah, be as flippant as you want. If you put it in a super chat, I promise you, I'll give you an honest response. That includes ballers. Bring it on.
I'd rather not go the super chat route because, as we all know, they take 30% off the top.
We'll work that out. I'm good at maths, don't worry.
I just posted the link again. Like I said, it's going to be pinned there the whole day. And like Adam and I were discussing earlier, this isn't going to be like a one-shot telethon. I was thinking it. He put it into words. He said telethon. I said, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking that we didn't want. And that's it. So we want everyone from the flat earth, quote unquote, community to stand up and be counted. Send the word. Like in the Warriors, right? Send the word.
Yeah,
I hope that message gets out there, John. You know what I mean? Chocs, like, for all the, you know, there's a lot of infighting and stuff. I've never heard a bad word said about chocolate. And the fella needs a help, knows that it can help. I see lots of money floating around in super chats and that. And I think Choc, for all his contribution, it's been big. Tunes, fun, you know what I mean? Facts, breaking shit down to its bare truths that really give you an insight. I don't think he's ever received a penny. And there's lots of people out there. I haven't received a penny, by the way, either. But, well, it's not for me, John. But Choc hasn't. And he's in a pickle. And he's, you know, you're in a pickle when you ask your mates for help. And obviously we'll help him as well. But this is probably the best way we can help him, is to ask that community that's enjoyed not only entertainment, like I said, he given in terms of music, also the insight he brings and the peace and calm sometimes. So yeah, please shout out for chocolate. I know Divergent Droid's spamming that link, so if you can go there. Look, we've even gone to the effort. I know Nathan did this. There was a few bits I caught, John. Probably not, but he make sure we don't use Let's Go Fund Me, the traitors to humanity. Hopefully, there's no moral objection with the selection of provider for this fund. So yeah, please, give generously if you can.
If you can, but if you can't, give what you can. And with the numbers that we have, we should be able to do chocolate right.
I've only had a few minutes to look at this thing, the give, send, go. So even if you can't give, there's a couple of other options. Share and pray. I assume share is similar to like Nathan's thing, and if you can't, you know what I mean, give, then to share is to open it up to other people that maybe not listening tonight, maybe not get it through your feeds. There's often generous people out there, so that's just as good a way. I've not read what pray is, but at least I can say share seems sensible. So
yes.
Even if you can't give, you know, give share. I'll read what pray is. I'll mute.
Yes. Arwen, did you try to get in there? Go on.
Oh, I was just saying, you know, I mean, chocolate saying has basically become part of our very lingo, right?
Sure.
The spectrochocoloscopy, and I mean, he is the Chocopedia. He is the man when you want the quote from one of these wizards, right? He knows it better than any one of us. I really appreciate him, and he's been like every time there's a hassle between guys or whatever, he is always a stabilizing factor. He's always on. He's never been like seeding discontent in any way ever that I've noticed ever. Not even a sign of it. So yeah, I really appreciate him. And if he's subtly he's also, by the way, a very hardworking man. He really is. And yeah, I mean, when you're down on your luck like that, it's just terrible. And I think that if everybody would appreciate him for what he does, that he could basically get out of this. Thanks to everybody.
Well said. I couldn't have said that better myself.
I was thinking, John, tonight, if you could make sure everyone's unmuted as they come into the room, might be helpful. It's just an open forum in it this evening, just a little bit, start the thing off, because hopefully we might do a few more bits and bobs each evening. I've had a few ideas while I've been travelling, you see.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm considering, we've got to have content, haven't you? Got to have content. I was thinking maybe it might be worth, because I'm hoping we can use Nathan's channel as well. Maybe just go over. You do loads of. I mean, yours are better than mine because yours are constructed. Your presentations. Mine were like ponderances that I've investigated. Yeah, and I've got a number of them to go through. And when Nathan talks about, I'm not embarrassed because it was my journey. The buffet of nonsense. One of them is talking about moonlight. I'll stand by it. I made it as empirical as I possibly could. But I'd even be happy to go through that one. But we've got that presentation. We've got a few. And I think maybe going through. And even if people have to super chat to stop me doing them, I'm happy to do that as well.
What's on the moonlight? You mean the temperature of the moonlight?
I got the moonlight temperature test. Yeah, that was. I think that was. I can't remember whether me and you had met and chatted about science, and you kicked me in the face with it at that point. I kind of hope we hadn't, because I made sure it was not an experiment. Even back then, it wasn't labelled as such. Even though I'd yet to make that distinguishment, if I was being honest, and that's. So this is my journey, these presentations. I was thinking maybe doing a few of those on whatever format we do.
To stop your roll, I'm trying to think back as to how me and you met. And I can't put my finger on any single event.
You told me it was, you took a second when I was describing isomerism.
Yeah.
Of molecules.
Yeah.
You thought he might be useful.
Yeah, but I don't. That's when you were. So, wait a second. Were you on Nathan's show at that time?
That was on Iron Realm.
Yeah, I know, but I understand where you were at when you were talking about that. I'm saying, were you in the vicinity of Nathan's show at that time?
I started to go on to Nathan's show because I always used to watch and I was in contact. But I didn't go on a lot because of work.
Right.
So Nathan had put. See, I was in contact with Nathan when. What's the guy that used to do the 3D modeling?
What's his? Yeah. What the heck was his name?
Chris Monk.
Chris Monk. Yeah.
So I got in touch with those guys then, and I was involved in some of the Isle of Man stuff.
That's right. That's correct.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Yeah.
And then there's the first Flat Earth conference. So I'm going there. Interesting thing, because I was in the hotel room trying to get to sleep. Complete sidetrack here. But I took a load of fluoride-free toothpaste to that conference to give out as free because that was my kind of pre-Flat Earth crusade. So that's when we kind of first met. Me, Riley, and Nathan all met up, and it's great when you actually meet in person. It's all right interneting, isn't it? But
sure,
meeting in person's cool. So then from that point on, kind of started to go on the show more. You know what I mean? It used to only be Thursdays. If you listen to early shows, Nathan will go, "Yeah, it's Thursday." Adam,
Right. Yeah, that's right.
I mean?
Yeah.
And then COVID, a real bonus of COVID. Time became a lot more free. So,
if I may, for a second announcement.
Oh.
Yeah, James Mays donated $100. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James.
Awesome.
You're friggin' rock, man.
Yeah.
Thanks,
and
dude.
another anonymous donor, and of course, Michael Kahn, who started out.
Yeah,
So
wait.
thank you all so far.
Yes, yeah. Way to lead the charge, James, man. Just like I said, just a friggin' rock. Go ahead, Adam.
Well, I'd gone on a bit of a ramble with that. I think, go back to what I was going to babble about. I've got a number of presentations. I'm going to ball here. So I've got curve calculator as well. That was the thing that got me into this. It was obviously the maths, weren't it? Because 8 inches per mile squared, even I knew wasn't right.
Definitely wasn't the science.
Wasn't. It was maths. And a kind of load of what it was I was into kind of like common law as well. You know, I mean, kind of.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. And so one of the guys, we're on a protest, and he says, "Yeah, I'll give you something that'll do your head in. The Earth's flat." That was went away to prove that wrong, and that was the fun. Thank him very much. Do you know what I mean? Most practical thing out of common law, to be honest. Curve calculator. Those temps. I've got one of temps here. Sextant angles, one of these early ones, yonks ago. We should do some. I'll tell you what. I've got a good one. Is one was at Iron Realm. John Savage proposed this, and I built all the slides for it. Is impossible moon positions.
Right.
Back then, I didn't have an answer as to why you can build it in Stellarium, so it just works. Just works.
That's where I think I saw you first. Before Iron Realm, with those open-toed sandaled hippies, bad breath and all, and they were the Sun and Moon group.
Oh, yeah. See, they're back in the day, Karen. Yeah, and then that guy that ripped her off with the beard from Amsterdam that built the fake map. See, there was so much fun in the early days. You know, it was like a dirty bar. You didn't know who was in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly the way it was.
Right.
Buddy.
And before that even was the Google, right? Remember the Google Hangouts days? And there were so many Hangouts. You could literally like dive around and like learn, oh, that guy's doing a Hangout. Oh, there was so much at first.
You could easily find the dirty bars. Now, they're
Yeah.
undercover. The speakeasies now, aren't they, these places where we are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were lit up and signposted before. So there was just... Yeah. Good days. Right, next is Carousel. So when we talk about centrifugal forces and fairground rides, and so I did all the maths stuff to see whether or not that effect on the spinning ball Earth should have net force opposition to the supposed force of gravity, and whether or not, see, the point of this was whether or not you would feel it. I won't give you a spoiler. But that was the point. Whether or not you could feel it.
So, in conclusion, you have a bunch of these presentations, more like you're brainstorming, right? So, what's the point? You want to do these? You want to present these?
Point being, we need some kind of fillers as we go through the week, because I'm hoping, like you said tonight, look, we've got an hour or so this evening. Don't think we're going to help chocolate with just one night. It'd be great if we could just do a little bit each night. I'm going to hopefully jump on Flatzoids. Maybe he'll give us one night in the week and use his show. I'm going to ask for that. He doesn't know that yet, but that's what I'm going to ask. And see what we can do. I know Flatzoid, he's a good man. I'm sure he'd love to help chocolate. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
We got a couple dirty bar vets out there in chat.
What's this?
Oh, we got another donation of $50 from Dave Scott. Thank you very much,
Dave. Thank you, man. Rock the frig on. See, and It doesn't have to be that much. We just have to get them en masse. Right? Get everyone, because we got a lot of people out here in this quote-unquote community. Many, many people, and most of them know chocolate. So let's rally around, folks. Let's get there.
Maybe later you could also play one of his good rap songs. He's got awesome rap songs.
Well, we can only go so far here.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
In fact, on that video, not on the video, but the audio that I played in the beginning with Nathan smoking that guy, chocolate was on there. So I picked that one because chocolate was in the background.
I've been looking at the pray function. It seems to just be an announcement that you are praying for the person, which is a nice thing.
It is.
Keep praying. Pressing that button doesn't help. If you say you've shared, that means you've put it out there to give the opportunity for somebody else to pray.
Agree.
What I would suggest.
Agree. Hit that share. Yes.
I've got 0 shares and 4 prays.
Yeah.
So that seems that I like these functions. It's cool, isn't it? But logically, that would seem the best way. If prayer seems to be it is a factor. I didn't mean if. Certainly a stat in this. Let's see if we can get the shares to match the praise. I think will be really useful.
Now, is that share a link?
Yeah, so I'll do it now. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to go up, copy the link, go to Twitter, and I'm going to tweet it. Now, I haven't prayed yet, so I don't think legitimately I can press that button for pray. But if I've posted this, there I've tweeted it, so I can go back and I can click that I've shared it. Oh no, if you click share, then it gives you the option and it takes you straight to your link. I could press it twice if it would allow. Right, cool. Oh no, I haven't. No, that's really complicated now, and I'm not good at this. Copy link. I am old, aren't I, sometimes? It's funny.
You're old. Jeez.
Yeah, you're old, yeah.
Hey, Nasty Fripples, I've been going back watching all your old stuff, QE. There's a lot of stuff back here, dude. And he says, I swear, open thermos, double speaking. Yeah, that was a classic one. Turned into Brenda after the whooping handed out. And those are all self-inflicted. The open thermos closed system, that was, I don't know what gets in people's minds. I really don't. And from educated man, well, self-purported anyway. There's a lot of gems back there.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Yeah, they're all just allergic, scared now. Maybe they just can't. Their tricks have run out, and they don't work, and they just don't know anything new.
Yeah, because most of the time back then, I can remember flat earthers. Their constitution wasn't as, how would we say, its foundational underpinnings weren't built right for most that I can remember, because most had the idea, right? They were committed, but they really didn't know the arguments. And in mass, see, the knuckle draggers, they're dumb, but they at least realized if they can get in mass, right, and flood a hangout or a forum, that if to an unsuspecting flat earther, and especially one that doesn't have their constitution squared away and their research done, they could just mow them down. I can remember many occasions where that would happen. I'd be listening. I wouldn't have joined and just be listening. I was doing something else, and I would definitely get that impression. And
Right, it was logical because
Yes.
back then, right?
Yeah.
Flat Earth was just coming out of the woodworks in a way. People were coming out with it. It was all still like, oh, we're just trying to figure it out, orient, discuss things, and then these people would come in all weaponized, basically just taking authority. And
Yes.
yeah, in
Yep.
the exploratory phase, you don't really have any counter against that. Now they could never get away with that, but back then everybody was still like, what's happening here?
Well,
Who
back
is-
then I was loaded for bear. I mean, I would try to get in because, but there was a limit. Remember back then in those hangouts, there was a limit to, was it 10 or 12? Something like that? And
10.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
the Google
you-
Hangouts had 10 panel options.
yes. So I'd try to get in. I'd keep on.
And you could snipe each other out of it if you knew how to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks a lot, Timmy Clown. But anyway, I would keep on hitting the enter button, over and over and over and over again to try to get in to save the flat earther that was drowning. Now, some occasions I did get in, but the majority I couldn't because of that limit. I'd get frustrated after a while trying to enter in, and I couldn't get in. So that happened many a evening.
Right. Yeah, the whole Google Hangouts era, it really felt like, oh, we're settlers. We're pulling west in the wildlands, and there's like bush robberies and
Yes. Yeah.
sort of shit. That's really what it felt like.
Yeah.
It was exploration
Yeah.
phase.
There was a lot of people, and I don't know about flat earthers, but a lot of ballers have left. A lot of them. Betty and I were talking about that the other day, and I think some flat earthers have left. I think they missed that part of it, like the Wild Wild West part. There was something romantically attractive about that.
Yeah. Well, now most of it has just come. Most of it has basically gone to Discord, pretty much, or just to completely different places on the internet.
Oh yeah, Negatorex,
Don't
John
go on
Watson,
Facebook and all
Negator. He was back then. Yeah, what a numpty. I've got the goods on.
Ugh.
I've got the goods
Yeah.
on all those guys, man. Not most, but a lot in the numpty clips. But I've got buried in files, just nonsensical. That was before I was taping those idiots. I should have did that a lot earlier. Too funny. He said something really stupid one. Well, he said a lot of stupid things. You know the deal. We don't have to go back there and go through all. But they ain't coming out here. No way will they. They're not going on Nathan's. They're not going on this show. There's no chance because they know they're going to get their asses handed to them in less than a plank time because we ain't putting up with it. And we're going to embarrass you in front of everyone. Okay,
Right.
so,
And
go ahead.
and we got history now. We have a presence history. People know who we are. They know our arguments. We have following. It doesn't work the same as it did back then.
That's
When
correct.
everybody was all new and you just whatever you presented in the moment, that was you.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I reminisce.
The thing is now,
Huh?
the thing is now, you see, you'll notice I've changed the thumbnail. We are now experts in advanced heliocentrism. Are you happy with that, Kiwi?
Yeah, I am. I just didn't like it. It wasn't. I was just, being a monkey in the wrench, just to be a monkey in a wrench. I first heard it and it caught me off guard, and then Nathan said it a bunch more times, and I said, "Wait a second, I'm gonna have to take a shower." That doesn't make any darn sense. I know what he's going for. I understand what he's trying to communicate, but the way in which it was done, it just didn't sit right with me.
Made you feel a little dirty, didn't it?
Oh, a lot dirty.
No, I agree. That's why I changed it because I was weren't quite right. I think it was John refracted.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, I'd heard that on the show, so I thought I'll tweak that as I get in. I'm much happier. I'm happy to be an expert in advanced heliocentrism.
Yeah, and then when you start hearing the feeble analogies in comparison to the argument, you know you're toast. Don't even try that shit with me. Get back to the original subject. You're finished. But if you take the tuft of trees, yeah, ex-black ice. If you take the tuft of trees and you invert them proportionally to the refracted curvature, yeah, get the heck out of here. Change your stance. I'm going to smoke you.
Tuft of trees, man. It's still doing my head in who coined tuft of trees. I know Tony said it, but somebody kept coming in every day. An old school baller.
Yeah.
It's still bugging me because I mentioned it.
Wasn't it
6
Alan
months
B?
ago. No, it weren't.
No, it wasn't Alan B. That idiot. But yeah, I think Tony coined it initially. I think you're right on that, Adam. Because who says tuft? That's an English thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Tony word, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a Tony word, yeah. Does that only come out of Liverpool?
No, it's just good vernacular, isn't it?
Really?
Specific, I think. A little tuft. It's not quite a wood. Just a little tuft of trees.
Yeah.
Not big enough to be a wood, is it, really?
It's not big enough to be even a small forest, but just a tuft of trees.
Sounds like Tony to me if I was going to attribute it to anyone. Or Alan B.
No, it definitely wasn't Alan.
It
It definitely wasn't Alan B. He might have jumped on it later, but I think I know who you're talking to. I'm terrible with names, man.
He stood me up.
Who?
Alan B.
Oh, you were supposed to meet that monkey.
Yeah, I said I'll meet you in the Tesco's opposite the Flat Earth Conference. He stood me up. I was going to buy him a cream cake.
Huh.
He's a real creeper. He doxed me.
Yeah, he is. He was a creeper. He'd just parrot the surface puke of the surface puke and then try to use, for lack of a better term, Elmer Fudd psychology on you. That he was in the wrong genre on Nathan's show. That's for sure.
Good learning days. Working through that bullshit. Been a long time, hasn't it?
Yes.
Working through that bullshit.
7 years.
We've had a lot of people that gave it their go. You know? They all ended up the same way, though. Getting torn down by Nathan and then eventually kicked out.
It's good to reminisce. Sorry about that, folks. Back to chocolate. Any new folks coming in? If you see the pinned message on the top, we're trying to support a down BALLBUSTER, and by God, we're going to do it. It's not a one-off event here, and this isn't a flippant appeal to support. This is one of those serious life things. I don't want to get into it. If Chocolate wants to come on and he wants to get into it, that's fine. Just take my word for it.
We got another donation from $50 from Michael. Thank you very much, Michael.
Michael, you rock, man.
The gentleman said thank you. Cheers, Michael.
So you're talking about doing some presentations. Are you going to do them on Nathan's, or do you want a little? You were supposed to. Now that I'm thinking about this, didn't we come up because you had a good take on the weight thing? Remember we were talking about that one day, and I said, you know what, you ought to do a presentation on weight. And you said usually like your usual thing, like yeah, I'll get to it. That never happened.
Yeah. I agree. I get so much stuff. So people read this, Adam, read this. Adam, read this. Come back to me on this.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm not trying to dog you out. I'm not trying to paint a bad light on you, but that's true.
I opened a channel up to do content. So I thought, I was going to be a content producer. that's a lot of hard work too. I've got a full-time job.
Yeah.
I've done those 2 shows and I enjoyed doing them. I plan to do more. It's nice to get a topic summarised, which is why I did those 2 on those, because with the Black Swan and Rise and Fall of and airplane behaviour, you see, they're nicely summarised, boxed off, done, job done. Perfect explanation. So I keep thinking gas pressure. That's the next obvious one of what is.
Stop mumbling, Adam.
Yeah. I've lost my train of thought now.
Damn Central Time.
Yeah, old Neil, thank you. Perfect timing. What was I saying, Neil?
That you should be doing more content, and I agree.
I don't have time, and that's the point. But I'd happily eulogise. That was it. There you go. I'd happily eulogise and go through it one evening. Because it really is. It's just when we say it's a concept, and it's just, the eulogy is just what a university professor told me that made me grasp it. That's all. I'm not saying it now. But that is all the reality of it, isn't it, really? There's nothing more to it. It's just to grasp what you're dealing with, which is just a way of using a concept to measure the world, realizing the limitation of that concept, what it actually means. This is the fundamentally, see, it's about what you do with that mathematically, and what implications you try to then give it mathematically, which is the shithole mess we're in right now. Yeah, it does need a proper explanation, you're right.
Hey, what the heck are you talking about?
But I'll make it number 4, gas pressure, and then weight. Although weight would be more fun. Yeah, I'll do it properly. It is worth it, because I don't know what I'm rambling about. You just put me in a rambling position.
And you took off with it.
I'm good at that, to be fair.
But what you said is true, folks. Behind the scenes, it's like Adam is bombarded by people asking him stuff and his thoughts and his expectations. What's his take on things? So he's absolutely bombarded all the time. People just, I don't know, they're attracted to Adam for some reason, because Adam is sort of open-minded and he'll entertain just about anything. People used to do that with me in the beginning, and then they found out that I wasn't up to that. I'm not suffering that. I'm just not.
Explain how you described Adam. Not he's slow and what's the word you used?
What's the word I use for what?
What's the word you used when describing Adam? Somebody interrupted because he was taking too long to explain something. That you used a series of words.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, he's deliberate and measured.
Pharmacists should be.
Yeah, they should.
No, I'm open to most things. I think that's important.
Hey, Neil, are you saying I'm not deliberate and measured?
Oh, you are. You're honed and precise, mate, in terms of taking shit down.
Wait a second, Adam. He's going to robot through my present. He's going to robot through the show. Hold on. Go ahead, Neil. Robot through the show. You're all lit up and there's nothing coming through.
Dropped. Well, that gives you a chance to say shout out to the Chocolate Sane Fund. Divergent Droid's got it in the chat. So hit that. Even if you can't contribute, we've said, please press that share button. Send it out. So anyway, I went quiet for a bit, didn't I? As usual. Because what I was trying to do the share, right? And it gives you all sorts of options. You can click on it, just do it through Twitter, which is what I did on the computer. And then I saw a WhatsApp function. So I've tried it on my phone. I don't know if it's worked. I've pressed all the right buttons, I think. So I've tried. I think I've sent it to every contact I've got on my phone. We'll find out if I get a load of annoying messages. So.
Yeah, you'll soon find out. Too funny.
That I've got. They asked earlier, can we get more shares than praise? I've got 6 shares, 5 praise, 7
Wait.
gives. Boom! Thank you,
Boom!
people. Brilliant. I wasn't a Jose JG. Boom. That was like a fist pump explosion with my boys. Boom.
Oh, not that. But that's not Jose JG. He just mindlessly parroted it. That's not his.
Yeah, but he used to write boom all the time on his thumbnails.
Oh, brother. So Dave Scott says that Adam is approachable.
Did you shout out the last 2 donations from Nathan?
I did not.
Thomas
I didn't
Parker?
see him.
All right. So yeah, Nathan Oakley, $25. Thank you very much, Nathan. He says chocolate is ace, of course. And Thomas Parker, $20. Thank you very much. This is really moving, this thing.
Yeah, it's really moving. Hey, thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that, sir. Yeah, and Nathan's strapped, folks. Yeah, this is moving. Thanks. Why don't you keep an eye on that for the rest of the time that we're live here, Arwen, and shout them out. Just interrupt. You know.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Appreciate it. Let's see what we got now.
A word I've got to look up.
What are you looking up?
Got a nice compliment. Adam is approachable. That's lovely. I understood approachable. Avuncular. I actually don't know that. Avuncular. I'm going to have to look it up.
I've never heard that word in my life.
Avuncular. Kind and friendly towards a young or less experienced person.
Say that again.
Kind and friendly towards a younger or less experienced person.
Oh, I guess that fits then.
I'll accept that. That's very kind and generous. Cheers.
Very good, Divergent Droid.
Nice word, isn't it?
It's sort of clumsy word, isn't it?
Avuncular.
Yeah, that's not doing it for me.
I'm happy with its meaning.
No problem with the meaning. Just
Maybe not its resonance. It's a bit clunkular, isn't it?
It's clunkular, yes.
Goes quiet. I'm shouting out the chocolate saying fund.
That's okay. Listen, I don't have a problem with sharing moments of silence. I'm very comfortable with it. Not every single second has to be filled with words. It's time to reflect, even for the audience members. I think it adds panache.
Panache, right? I'm a chemist. And you know chemists sell all sorts of stuff. Cheap perfume is one of those. Panache is that cheap. Did you have panache? It's like cheap ladies' perfume. Keep spraying it. Didn't last very long. I have to keep spraying it. Old women smelt of it. By the 80s. Panache. That word has lost its meaning because of that cheap perfume in the UK.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because to have panache is... see, if Nathan was here, he'd get what I'm saying, yeah? It has a nuance to the word, which was then hijacked. So if you hear the word, certainly of a person of my age, if you hear the word panache, it means cheap perfume. A bit like Old Spice or Brute.
Brute.
Denim. The men. That kind of...
That brute, that's so funny that you mentioned that. Wasn't that objectionable?
I love the smell of brute, man.
Do you? Did they still sell that stuff?
That was the smell of the 70s. Like, my dad and my uncle, they'd be like Henry Cooper used to say, splash it all over. Like that. They'd be splashing it all over, mate. I remember that. That was the smell of manhood. What I wanted to grow into, brute. Yeah.
I was
It was
never
a working class manhood, you know what I mean? So,
I was never into that. I was never, fashionable. When I was younger, I was in a whole different scene. Never with any colognes or anything. Even when I got sort of almost grown up, I don't know what it was. I just didn't take for it. The first cologne that I can't believe we're on colognes. You guys remember Quorum?
Oh, Quorum. Now, that was mid-80s when it was... See, this is the difference. Quorum, the spray, yeah? It wasn't... When I was talking about it being the smell of a man, Dad and my uncle, Baz, rest his soul, go for a really freaking close shave. Yeah, so brute was just like alcohol, rubbing alcohols that smelt nice that you put on because you probably slashed the shit out of your face with cheap 70s razors. It just stopped infection more than anything. Then you get that development, but I think that's why brute was popular, because it was just close shave and it stopped you like having maybe bum rash on your face.
Sepsis.
Yeah, soul sepsis, impetigo, things like that, you know.
Too funny. But see, that's the first one. That is the first cologne that I ever used.
Quorum. I remember getting it for Christmas once, but this is going to be.
It was in a really. It was like, the bottle was shaped not like a cube, but had different corners.
It was cut. It was square cut, wasn't it? I'm going to look it up. Quorum, wasn't it?
I have no idea. But I'll tell you what, it sent the German ladies over the friggin' hill, boy. They loved it.
Right, for 100 mils now, £14.15. It's the same as panache now, that stuff.
It's just something I haven't thought of it in so many years. But you bringing up that cheap perfume, and it wasn't cheap back then, that's for sure.
It wasn't. It was like the height of sophistication.
Yes,
with its that was a touch of class. It's a brown and like light browny gold box. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I'm 50 this year, John. So that is, how old are you now?
59.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't sound. It didn't sound too enthusiastic from you. What were you think? 59. Yeah, let's see. He's got this many years. Yeah, it's not looking good.
I'm thinking that's reasonable. The Europeans are more sophisticated. He's got to give 10 years on him before he's getting into Cologne.
Yeah.
Over to Europe. He's really, you know.
Yeah. I came from modest upbringings, man. Yeah. Then just get called first to Louisiana, to the back swamps of Louisiana. Just throw him down in there, see what happens. I was like, oh God.
The point I was sorry.
Good.
It wasn't meant to be an insult. The point I was making was it's the same time, is what I'm saying. It's not you were 9 years behind me, as I jovially said. What I'm meaning is it's the exact same time. Because as I said about Brute, Dad's not putting it on. He's just got home, right, from work, had a bath, yeah, washed all the coal dust off him, yeah, because he's been down the pit, had a shave, ready for the weekend, and he's put that on. Where's he going? He's sitting in the front room. He's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? He's knackered. He's not to go out with. It was, like I say, it was more of a sanitizer. This is... No men sprayed themselves back then. When Dad's going out to the pub, He's not smelling of anything other than beer and fags.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. No real man spraying any cologne on himself back then.
No, not back then. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. The first kind of thing that men have got denim for men and stuff. And then quorum, but quorum's the one. They said that's funny that it resonates with both of us. We're both brainwashed as the machine. Old men that actually to attract a woman, beer and fags is no longer good enough. You need quorum.
Before that, see, I'm a little bit before your time, and obviously you're in England and I'm in the States. What was the one that the aftershave they used back in the day? I know the smell. I can't remember the damn
Old Spice.
Was it Old Spice?
But you see, that's an alcohol post shave bar.
Oh yeah,
put on. It's Old Spice though. It's come back now.
You sure that it was?
Do you remember when you got deodorant? I mean, I don't use deodorant. It's disgusting.
I'm gonna
Spraying all those
interrupt
things
this
towards
smelly
your lymph glands.
conversation, if I may,
Okay.
for another announcement. Soundly Banana Cam.
Interrupt
donated
Darwin. It was
$30.
Skin Bracer.
Thank you. $30 from Soundly Banana. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Soundly Banana. What did somebody blurt out there?
It's just Bill here.
Somebody interrupted you for a second.
Yeah,
I wanted to know what they said.
It was Skin Bracer.
Skin Bracer, that was it. Yeah, that was another alcohol-based Adam. It was frigging, I tell you what. It would just sew your face shut.
See? Skin Bracer. You know what that's doing, don't you?
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's not going to piss about. It's going to shut your face up.
Too funny, man. That's what I say. You never know what's going to come up on this show. That's some memories back then. Wow, that's a long time ago. But Old Spice was still back. I'm not taking anything away from Old Spice, but like I think Skin Bracer was just before Old Spice. I could be wrong, but I think that's the one I remember. I think my grandfather used it. I can see it in the medicine cabinet.
I've never heard of it, John, but it's already my favourite just because of
the name. Yeah,
Skin Bracer. Come on, because that's exactly, especially when you were young. Bad enough dragging the razor over, weren't it?
Yes.
Never mind putting that on. Because there'd often be acne.
Yeah. I can remember what was it, Aqua Velva or Aqua Velvet? I think it was Aqua Velva.
Aqua Velva, you hit it right in the head.
That might have been before. Was that before Skin Bracer?
I think it was around the same time.
Just around the same time.
Together.
Yeah. Yep.
What about Brute? Joe Namath to a Brute.
Yeah.
Brute cologne?
Yeah. God, you could smell it everywhere.
Shout out to Moxie, John.
What's that?
Do you have this in the States? Moxie says hi karate.
I don't recall it. That doesn't mean anything though, because like I said, I'm getting old. What about Neil? Give it to Neil.
Neil, ever have high karate? After shave.
No.
That's Bruce Lee time. That is. That's like, not sure. Yeah, see, that's early 80s. That is really early 80s high karate.
I heard of Aramis, Canoe.
They're posh stuff.
No, that's nasty.
The only karate I remember from the 80s is Karate Kid.
He didn't wear cologne.
It smelled like piss.
What's the big cologne now though? What's supposedly like? What is it? Like when I was it was back in the day. It was Buffalo and something Silvestri, Pinot Silvestri.
Is that like Sylvester the cat? Where are you going with this, Neil?
No, I'm just trying to figure out the colognes because in the 80s, it was that. It was Polo, it was Jacquard, and it was, well, it's always been
We told you,
what's that?
Quorum.
Hugo Boss,
You are.
right?
Hugo Boss, definitely, and Polo, definitely. But Quorum rose to the top. That was the cream of the crop, if I remember correctly.
Neil.
What?
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
wait a second, Adam. That was more European, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
The Quorum, because that's when I started using it. So that's when I lived in Europe. You gonna help me out, Adam?
Well, I've only ever been. Well, actually, that's a misnomer. No, I was only ever in the UK, in England. Then suddenly, for a brief period, I was in Europe also. Now I'm no longer in Europe anymore. I'm just back in the UK.
Well, listen, Adam, just to let you know.
During that period, I was in Europe.
Just to let you know, Adam, we Americans, we consider England Europe.
That was just Brexit.
You're a part of it, whether you like it or not.
I can't wait for Dutch exit. Ital exit.
Yeah. So,
I've got a question for
Right.
everyone down the panel, not just those in Arwen. Start with Neil though. Oh, start with Arwen. What aftershave? As a bloke now, what aftershave do you wear when you go out?
Aftershave. That's hilarious.
Or alone?
No,
Well, mine's an.
no,
See, that dates
Nothing.
me, doesn't it, Arwen?
nothing. At best, I'll put on a bit of a cream that just smells a little bit like nice herbs, and that's all. Like, aftershave. What are you talking about? Why the hell would I do that to myself? Poison myself with that garbage.
No cologne whatsoever.
Nope, haven't used it in 20 years.
That's a straight answer. I like it.
Yeah.
So it's Oda Arwen.
No. That's the thing. I smell very nice.
Oda
All my girlfriends
Arwen.
tell me, yeah, I naturally smell nice. I don't smell strong. I don't smell like ugh, like that ever. I don't know. It's just I don't
Could we
stink.
bottle it, Arwen? Arwen, could we bottle it and any sales go to towards the fundraiser?
What the? The fuck? No.
okay, I had to get up and go to in the bathroom. I had to look and see what I had because I know I have a bottle of cologne that I've had for so many years. I'm not going to even admit to you how long I had this bottle of cologne. It's Polo though, right? It's frigging old, man. Old. It may be 20 years old. It may be more.
Yeah, you might be able to sell it on eBay as a collector's item now.
yeah. I'm
If it's
thinking
still
you
That's
could.
your old school.
Have
Sorry,
you
I'll
ever
go.
opened it, or is it still?
No,
sealed?
I've used it through the years here and there. It's almost like a Pavlov's dog type of thing. If you go now, I don't lay that stuff on thick, right? I spray it in the air, right, and wait till it dissipates a little bit, and then walk into it. I sneak up on it. I can't believe I told you guys that. Too funny.
That's like a lady.
Yeah, that's
What
what my
ladies
stepmother does.
Is that what
Yeah.
ladies do? Really?
And walk
Yeah.
into the mist.
No, that's
yeah.
actually an advanced way of applying a perfume.
Hold
Oh.
on, I got a new one called Obsession. Obsession is the big one, even
Is it?
right till today.
Right, well, Neil, your go then. What do you wear?
I love the Jacquard. Jacquard to me, it just smells so clean. You know, it's got that clean, fresh smell. I've always loved Jacquard.
Hey, time out for a second. We got chocolate in the chat, man. Yeah, we're sponsoring for you, brother. He says, "Hey, family, couldn't join the show, but had to stop by and say a giant thank you to all. Love you guys, and I'm beyond humbled." Well, we love you, chocolate, and you don't need to be humbled by it. Just tell you that.
Everybody loves chocolate.
Yeah. All right, continue, Adam.
Nice pun, Neil. Well, just Bill. I don't know if you're there.
Yeah, I still rock the skin bracer. Don't judge me.
Well, even you're taking the missus out tonight. That's what you're slapping on, skin bracer.
I got something else. I can't remember the name of it. I'm away from the house right now. It's like a spray bottle of cologne. I don't know what it is offhand.
Dr. Law back there, he says out in chat, my obsession for men cologne is about 27 years old. Yep. It still has about 1/5 left in the spray bottle. Yeah, I can relate to that. Exactly.
And then, so we got Rayleigh. Are you coming in? Maybe that's just a no to Orwin. I'm on that one, right? So I've got.
Sorry? You were talking to me?
Oh, I was in Rayleigh, maybe just uses Odo Orwin. I'd be the same. I've got 3. I got a bit of deodorant that if I'm really stink, but I'm busy, I'll give that a spray. Got my old dirty classic like yours, which is really crusty. And that Orwin is an aftershave. And that is Eternity by Calvin Klein. I still love that smell. And then if I'm going out posh, I've got a bottle of Juicy Couture Dirty English, which is literally down to the last bit. So if I'm ever going to a posh do, and I do that like a lady as well, right? Because I don't. When you have an aftershave and you put it on, it's pointless. Or like you say, you want it on your clothes, not your body, don't you?
Yeah, but Adam, you know what? You know what gets more recognition than all of that? I used to work with this kid, Jonathan, and the only thing I wear female deodorant, The Secret, because women stink worse than men. They need a stronger. But I use The Secret one, and that's all he smelled. He's like, "Oh, you always smell so good," and it was my wife's deodorant. So go figure.
Yeah, that happens.
Because women stink worse than men.
Listen, I've cleaned the women's bathroom in church, and it is nasty.
Oh, that's women's pee. Women's pee. Oof. How do they do that? It's because they don't poo as much as men, I think. Think about it. My wife hardly poos. That we.
Listen, this one guy told me, how can you trust anything? This one guy said to me, how can you trust anything that bleeds for 7 days?
Oh, God, here we go.
Oh, dear, Neil.
No, that's what somebody said to me. I laughed. I was like, wow, I never thought of it that way.
So we found out something quite unique here that Neil wears Secret.
Yeah, that's out in the open. I'll swear by that.
It's out in the open now. You ain't going to live that down.
You don't actually spray it on your body, though, do you?
No, the roll-on.
It's a roll-on, baby.
Not the roll-on.
Oh, no, Neil. Cease and desist.
No, listen.
Nothing. Nothing.
I gotta explain. The stick one, I don't like the one that's not white. Because when it's the men's one, it gets me itchy. The stick one.
You're not.
The women's white one is perfect.
What? No. Dave Scott on chat. Where's Betty when you need her? You got that right, Dave. You're exactly right.
Why would you rub chemicals into your glands, your lymph glands?
Exactly.
Just to stop. Why would you put heavy metals? Why would you put aluminium?
Okay, hold on a second.
Do you even know what's in that
I'm going to tell you why. When I was in prison.
Do you know what is in that?
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. I was in solitary confinement for 90 days. No showers for 2 weeks. I stunk like a skunk. I don't care what anybody says. You can't water away your underarms. I stunk to high heaven. You need deodorant.
No, you just need to wash well and use soap.
Owen, they
soap.
gave me a shower. When they gave me a shower, I washed, scrubbed my underarms. Within an hour, they stunk.
What were you eating?
You guys, I'll tell you what, man. I don't need content anymore. I just have you guys come in. That's it. Jesus.
I need to address this, Neil. There's a reason I was shouting Owen, because he knows what I'm on about. And we were talking about these colognes on the body. What you don't want to be doing is rubbing chemicals into your skin constantly on a daily basis, going into delicate areas, yeah, a rate of absorption. For what reason? To inhibit a natural process. Yeah? I have never put deodorants on my skin. They go on my shirt under my armpit. Yeah, I don't want that filth. The point is to make me not stink. Now, that's a societal issue. Yeah.
Have you ever?
I will use a deodorant. Yeah. Aftershave. Let me finish, dude, because it's just generally. I talked earlier about toothpaste with fluoride in and stuff. This is just as important. If it's part of your daily ritual, as minute as the amount of things that are in there, we absorb them. I'm a pharmacist. Yeah. One of the routes is transdermal absorption. Pain patches. You absorb drugs through your skin. Yeah. Where these things are going. When you do these things under your armpit, think about your lymph glands. Where's it all going? Okay. So think about rate of increase of breast cancer in women. Why? Yeah. Just look at all these things and consider them in balance, Neil. And I'm not lecturing you. I just wanted you to get the point.
No, but listen to what I'm saying.
Let me finish.
I wasn't calling you stinky.
Deodorants and perfume products are based off oil.
Let me ask a
refined
question.
Oil products. They're toxic.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Adam, have you always not used deodorant? Because that's what I hear too. If you've never used it, then you're good. But once you started, I don't know what it does, but then you always need it.
No,
That's what he's saying.
You just need to stop doing it.
Stop doing
And then
it for a bit.
eventually it'll go
I
away.
tried
The
and I
stink
stunk.
will go away eventually if you stop using it.
I'm gonna try it because I have no hair under my arms. I'm glad of that. I wish I could get rid of all hair except on my head, my eyebrows, and my eyelashes. But I can't. But I don't have any hair under my arms, so I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try not using deodorant for 2 weeks. And if I still stink like a gorilla, I'm coming for you.
Well, you also
will
got to pay
still
attention
smell.
to your diet, though. You know, what you eat is very important to what you're going to smell like.
If you do, you're going to get the papers from the wife. I would suggest not to.
I would suggest you're still going to smell. Nothing wrong
Then
with
what the hell
that.
are you telling me for?
Hey, Adam.
All I'm saying is put the distraction scent on your clothing, your outer body, as opposed to directly onto your body.
Hey, Adam.
It's
I have to
a very
agree with
good
you.
one. So then you
I have
don't
to-
get poisoned by it.
I love that advice because when I had from using deodorant, I had got like a little irritated on one of my armpits. So I said, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it anymore, right? And I don't know if it was because it got an abscess, but it didn't get large or nothing like that. But it was irritable right there. So what I started doing was when I put my shirt on, you know, I'm a cologne man. I sprayed the cologne on my armpit of my clothing. Did the same exact thing, bro. The same exact thing as far as deodorizing. And I guess once I got off of that toxic stuff, I didn't sweat as much. That stuff clogs your pores. Like you said, your derm absorbs it. And then, like Neil said, you start using it, you become dependent on it. It's like using nasal spray. You keep putting decongestant nasal spray in your nose. It gets to the point where you always feel like you need it. I don't know if it's psychological or your body literally says, it just responds. And the vascular system constricts and you feel congested again. But Adam, you're right on point, bro.
I can get geekier if you wish.
Negative.
Excellent. So here we go. So what the hell are you doing interfering with a biological system? Why do you sweat most in your armpits? Because it's the most efficient place for us humans to disperse heat. Right, so think about the knock-on effects of taking out that efficient armpit heat dispersal system out of your body. Yeah. What else has the body got to do to compensate for that? Because it will do. You'll sweat more on your shoulders. You'll sweat more on your back. You're going to stick it on there as well. Yeah. Think about what the initial purpose of your armpit is for. It's not to embarrass you in a social setting. Not why it does it.
We're gonna end this. I'm gonna end you. We've gotten down the path. It's been hilarious, but we're gonna have to wrap the show up. I want you to continue this on Nathan's show tomorrow. Okay?
I'm not being Dr. Ruth tomorrow.
Yeah, because this is.
But
hold on, I need to do another shout out.
Wait, if we continue this, it's going to be a stinky show. I'm not doing that.
It is. Okay, Arwen. Go ahead, Arwen. Give us a wrap up. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Go ahead, Arwen.
Right. So Disco Guava gave another $50. Thank you very much for the donation. Awesome.
Thanks, Disco Guava. Is that it?
340.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Arwen. I interrupted you.
I'm just saying we're at 340. So keep it up, everybody. This is great. Thanks for the donation.
Outstanding performance, guys. Adam, last words.
Well, I've not heard Soundly's Banana Camp shouted out. I don't know if you missed that, Arwen.
No, we shouted him out.
Anyway, sorry. Excuse my drunkenness. Well, just the last thing then. So far, we've got 9 gifts. We've got $340, which I know Chocolate needs. So thank you all so much. I know maths means nothing. I've got 6 shares, 11 praise. Come on, guys. Please get that shares out there. Yeah. So that you can spread the number of praise even. Yeah. So please, guys, share what you can through this. It's quite useful, the app. And even if not, just take the link and stick it on your social media. I'm sure there's people out there that might recognise Chocolate's name. It's been out there for years. Old school flat earther. He's never asked for a penny, ever. Never been given a penny. And he's in the shit. Mates were helping him, and anyone else can. We'd all appreciate it. And thank you all to those that have done so far. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Adam, and thanks everyone on the panel for today. To follow that, I can't follow that. We love you, Chocolate. We're gonna get as much support as we can. This isn't a one-off event, like I said earlier. This will be continuing on Nathan's show and hopefully Flatzoid. You mean the world to us, and we're behind you, brother. So, like everyone that's donated, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you can't, I understand that too. If you can't, then share it. Get it out there. You know, the people that you know, other flat earthers, so they're aware of it. You know, send out the word. Again, thank you. We'll see what's happening here the rest of the week. No BALLBUSTERS this Saturday. We'll see what happens. I'm 2 weeks away from Total Archery Challenge, so I'm a bit overwhelmed here with family and getting ready to go, and family coming in and flying in and driving out. So it's going to be a little hit and miss over the next couple of weeks. But I thank you for your patience. And, again, thank you for all the support for Chocolate, our brother. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Remember, I'll be back.